listen, welcome to the Brothers and Influence podcast, where we stand to encourage, inspire, and add value to our brothers in the areas of life, leadership, and community. We consist of 4 or 5 guys, major hitters, right? Major hitters. Hey, listen,
hitters.
not only do we have some major hitters, but it's a special day because it is season 2, episode 1. My name happens to be Ian. Some people call me the Purpose Coach. Man, I'm just humbled and grateful to be here, side to side, shoulder to shoulder with these giants in business, in life. Lord, these are some of my role models and mentors. I'm gonna get out the way so they can introduce themselves because I couldn't do it justice.
Yeah, we back in it, fellas. I love it. Hey, missed this. But hey, like Ian said, man, we are here to inspire and encourage. But hey, I'm Sherrod Ledet, also known as your leadership locksmith, also known as the professor, now also known as the growth coach. Man, look, I'm excited to be back in this thing again. Alongside, like, look, we back, but we've always been doing our thing in the back end, right? Right. Today is different, right? We coming in with some execution, with some great things lined up for you guys. I'm excited. I'm excited for what's transpired. I'm excited for just being with these two guys that have helped me become better, right? In all aspects, right? Life, leadership, and community, man. So yeah. Hey, again, this is Sherrod Ledet, the leadership locksmith. Yes, the professor, and now AKA boy, the growth coach.
Yes, sir.
You carrying a lot on them big shoulders.
I know. Hey, help a brother.
So I'm Shawte Price. I am your thought coach, and great privilege and honor to be with these great men. Over the last year, I've grown a lot just knowing them, fellowshipping with them, having a few opportunities to meet them personally as we met in a virtual environment, but we've become brothers. And yeah, it's going to be great. I'm excited to get back to sharing some of the things I've learned or we've learned together in this podcast. We hope that you guys would engage when you have the opportunity so that we can ask questions, anything you may be interested in. And I'm in Detroit and it's freezing up here, but it looks like I'm somewhere warm. But that's just how I feel today because I'm excited to be back with these men and being able to share about life, leadership, and community.
Hey, you know I was coming, man. So hey, if y'all rejoining us for season 2, y'all got to go back and look at season 1, right? And to see my man. So my man came out of season 2. He made sure his swag was all the way together. But the thing about it, he didn't even let us know. I'm sorry. Did you get a text that
you didn't get the memo?
Apparently I didn't.
I just got to be honest. I just found out about 15 minutes ago.
Looking good, brother. Looking good.
So as Shawte mentioned, man, we're a podcast. We connected as brothers, but we're more than that now because we are a community. Brothers and Influence community. So those of you that have joined us in the community, we welcome you. We're excited. And as Sherrod teed it up, man, we got a lot of exciting things happening. So if you are rejoining us or if this is your first time rocking out with the Brothers and Influence podcast, man, look up our community, man. Look either of the three of us up, and I guarantee you'll be able to find your way to the Brothers and Influence community. And you need to be here because why? We are building each other up in the areas of life, leadership, and community. And we are living proof that when we focus and we are intentional about those particular areas that we all grow, right? We all ships are rising on this wave. So, and we ain't riding nobody else's wave. We creating our own.
Yes,
and guess what? I can't swim. Hey, see, don't drop me.
But we started this group because we started it because we are purpose driven entrepreneurs, and that's what we want to share what we've learned and through our journey as businessmen, as men of God, as family men, and we want to share that with other purpose driven entrepreneurs. Be able to share some of the pitfalls we've encountered and what we've learned along the way to help us get out of those pits. And that's why we're here. So we're here because we've had an experience and we've had some failures, yet we're still here. And we want to be able to share those things with you.
Yeah, we've turned those L's into lessons.
Right. Yes,
yeah, and
sir.
so I think it's a perfect time, like, to just kind of share a little bit about, like, how did we get here? Like, where did this relationship with the idea of being purpose driven come from? And I'll go ahead and just share a little bit. Like, I grew up in church, and for the early part of my career, most of my ambitions were in what could be considered traditional ministry, right? I thought I was going to be serving in a church somewhere, and I make money. I go to a job probably to pay the bills, but like where the bulk of my heart would be, the bulk of my passion would be within the four walls. And so, what I realize is, like, there's a lot more to leading than having a title or having a position. And so what I began to recognize is that there was some sort of a deficit. I was looking for a model, really. I spent a lot of years looking for a model of how to do it. And in that on that journey, trying to figure it out, I made a lot of mistakes. I felt, I experienced hurt. I know that other people experienced hurt, and maybe even because I mishandled some things, people were hurt. And so, and I started to recognize this deficit, not only in my church, but in my home. What does leadership look like? There wasn't necessarily a model there, and then I started to see, hey, some of those same things play out in the real world too. And so, where do I go to find answers? If I can't find it at home, if I can't find it at church, and I can't find it on the day job, which makes up 80% of life experience when you're an adult, like, what do you do? And so I started this journey in pursuit of growing as a leader, and it led me to seek out a mentor, which opened up a whole new world for me. And that world was really started with self-leadership. And I didn't realize this until many years later, but just the idea and the work that goes into self-leadership. I always say now, in hindsight's 2020, self-leadership is the toughest leadership. It requires intention, and it requires a commitment to growth, right? To learn from your mistakes, not just do because something's always been done. And so, but all of that culminated. It led me to say, okay, so I've got these skills, I've got these talents, and I have this call that I feel that I'm meant to make some sort of a difference. So how does that translate? It's bigger than the four walls. I recognize it's bigger than the four walls. and that in fact it transcends and it impacts every area of my life. And so that's where my leadership journey started. That's how I kind of identify and articulate my relationship with being purpose driven, and the fact that it's a whole life thing. It's a holistic life, leadership, and community thing. Bring it full circle. You see that, brothers and influence, and that's kind of why we're here.
Yeah, no, that's what's up. Uh-oh, am I getting feedback? No,
You good?
Good. All right, yeah. No, I appreciate that, man, dude. So much, right? So much.
I try to sum it up.
Yeah, but I mean, it was, and I was trying to let you talk too, because you know me, I'm ready to let me get in there. But I mean, very similar to you as far as with just where this whole journey for me started, right? And I'll just even fast forward a little bit, because again, I've been I've been privileged. I've been blessed. Military kid, right? Born in Germany, raised in Belgium. So I had an experience that is not like most people, right? I'm not different than people, other than the fact that the things that I experienced. But fast forwarding up, man, to really understanding again my past experiences as far as just how I grew up in my life in general to where I am now, I definitely see how that has shaped and formed me. It's given me a whole nother perspective. It's given me the opportunity to experience something that will allow me to see things differently, but then also allow me to give things differently to other people, right? So this whole process of being able to provide insight into my own personal growth and development to help other people grow as well. So even like started, and I can even put a date on it, man, specifically around 2014, maybe 15, 14, 15. But, you know, I was at the height of my career, really trying to identify specifically, right? I had this burning desire. I wanted something more, but I didn't have no model, right? And I'm searching, I'm looking, I'm like, dude, how do I get to this next level, this next phase? Right. I keep hearing all these different things, success and, you know, passion and And I'm like, okay, right. These are the things that we hear. But I mean, is it really taught? Is it really talked about? Is there a class? I don't remember taking that class. Right. I remember hearing the terminology, but not having an understanding. Right. So I just became hungry. Like your boy left hungry, right? I just came hungry for it. And it just started opening doors as I started to search, man. So pursued it in education, right? Went on and got my master's degree. And at that particular point, it allowed me to, one, pursue something that I really, really wanted, right? And it opened my eyes to really see and understand what leadership really looked like for me. And that's when I fell in love and became a student of leadership. But it didn't stop there because I had the general knowledge, the education, the theory, but I still was, to a degree, lacking some practice or practice from now the new level of understanding of leadership to where I am now, right? So then that's what introduced me to John Maxwell. Now, again, I knew about the brother, but it was until I got into the program that brother, he just like the blinders went off, right? It was like, oh, that's what I was missing, right? I got some practical application. I had some tools, right? But the biggest thing that came from that opportunity with John Maxwell and that whole leadership thing was you two brothers, right? If it's all said and done, bro, that was the biggest blessing because now, again, like you were searching for a model, I got two models right in front of me, right next to me. That allows me to now not just talk about it, walk through it, but now even go shoulder to shoulder with you guys as we walk through this thing, right? And it for me, once I really dove into the fact that leadership, and like you said, self-leadership, and I love how you framed it up. The only thing I'm going to add to self-leadership that I think is so important is that you have to have a target. You got to know where you're going, what you want, and how you're going to get there. Like it's you got to have a purpose, right? And once you start getting into leadership, self-leadership, and all those different components, purpose. It is the heart. It is what drives you to become more and to identify specifically where you fit. Man, I can go on. I'm just saying that was part of my journey, bro.
Yes, sir.
Got to take my hats off to my brothers. Oh man, every time they open their mouth, I get something. So my journey started back. Whew, I'm gonna make this quick. I don't want to go get too much.
We got time, brother.
My journey started back on August 26, 1997.
Oh, okay.
August 26, 1997. It was a typical day for me. Got up in the morning, got myself together, just ripping and running. And probably, I can't remember the exact time, but probably by 10 o'clock that morning, 10 a.m., around 10 a.m., I was in handcuffs.
Mm.
Fast forward year and a half so later, I'm on my way to federal prison. And so I had a decision to make. Either I'm going to, because I've seen it all my life. I've seen family members in and out of prison all my life. And this was my first time literally going to prison. And so I had a decision to make. Am I going to do what I've always done to get the same results, or am I going to do something different? So everybody always told me I was smart. And I think I finally realized I was smarter than I had been. So I decided that I'm going to do something different. Now, like my brother said, I didn't have a model. So it was going to be a rough journey going forward. And throughout my 15 and a half years in prison, I came across John Maxwell. And then and I start engaging in his material and seeing the benefits of it. Mm-hmm. And also being a man of God, I seen the principles. Mm. So fast forward to February 13th, 2013, I believe, 9 years ago, when I was released from prison. You know, that was another leg of that journey. And a few years later, I got into the John Maxwell program. And like my brother said, you know, I began to meet great men and some women, but I began to meet great men. And I really became blessed when I met these two men. And so that started that next leg of the journey, just not having a model, but then coming across men like Ian and Sherrod and being able to share my experiences and them being able to share how powerful that experience really is if I share it in the right way. And just owning, we have to own our past if we want a future. I'm going to say this again. We have to own our past if we want a future. See, many people, they want a future so bad that they want to make it seem like their past never existed. However, you can't live like that, because when you attempt to live like that, your past is always going to rear its ugly head. It's always going to rear its ugly head. And ultimately the journey has led us to Brothers in Influence, the brainchild of our fearless leader, Ian Williams, right?
Oh, man.
Because
I'll quit playing.
Now listen, while I was doing time, Ian was birthing a vision.
I already knew where he was going.
For me.
Boy.
For me. But that's how God works, right? That's how God works. And at the opportune time, I met Ian. I had already met Sherrod, and when I met Sherrod, we was in a group, and after the second meeting, it was like a 3-month group or something. We said, this is a lifetime thing. I'm saying we just connected. We connected, and we was like, hey, we brothers. Like we know that this has happened for a reason, a purpose. And then I met Ian, and Ian, like, first time, but Ian, he shared his vision. He shared that thing he'd been birthing for me for years. And I'm like, well, I know a guy. We met, and as they say,
the rest is history.
The rest is history as we're making history.
Yeah.
Man, bro. First of all, I almost don't know what to say.
Right, like that was the drop the mic moment.
Exactly. But you know, you can if you're listening to us, first of all, we love you, man. We're glad you're here rocking with us. You know, even if you catch the replay, man, we're doing this not just for ourselves. This is something bigger than us, right? And we're inviting you on this journey with us, Brothers in Influence community, and by extension podcast. We want to hear from you. Feel free to interact with us, engage. And if those of you that are in the group with us, man, we can't be more excited. But like you can hear it's kind of what I would describe as like the connective tissue between the three of our stories. Is like this shifting in mindset and then connection. Like, I think that within our community, like connection is one of those things that is often de-emphasized, especially genuine connection, right? The sort of connections that we have are things where we're looking to get something out of, it's business related, or it's transactional. But when we talk about genuine connection, where you can be real, you can be yourself, right? Where you're encouraged to be the whole you and not just a portion of you. Um, men have this superpower that I call compartmentalization. It's very easy for us to divide our lives up into different sections, and we connect one way here with this group, and we connect one way here with this other group. We may do a little dirt over here with this group, but then over here on this other group, we doing the things we're supposed to be doing.
Come on, man. Come on. Come on, bro.
You know what I'm saying? So, but what I've understood is that even though there might be something super about that ability, because a lot of times it's uncanny and it don't make sense.
Yeah.
It's not healthy. It's not for us, right? But when we can break down those walls and be the whole Ian, I can be the whole version of me. There's a whole Sherrod, there's a whole Shantae that can show up, be their authentic selves, be honest about their story, like Shantae said, their past, our past. Then there's real connection that can be formed, and then we can all lift each other up. That's when edification, that's when building can really happen. And so we're just kind of giving you guys some insights and some of the secrets that we have discovered that have really helped take our lives, our personal lives, as well as our professional lives, to another level. We're talking about in business, we're having conversations and we're finding ourselves in spaces that we've never been in before, where we used to think that our story was going to keep us out of, so we had to hide it. But ultimately, we ain't got to hide. You know what I'm saying? We it's like the word says that he will set a table up for you, for your enemies, right? But you can't do that if you're not owning your story. You can't do that if you aren't cultivating and being intentional about genuine connection. I think that's very important, right? If you and that goes from our spiritual life to our physical life as well. And so and then it just comes around like to reconciliation. To me, which is what my business is called, Reconcile Consulting.
Right.
Relationship restored. Your relationship restored with yourself. Your relationship is restored with your Father in heaven, first and foremost, and then all of that trickles down to your relationship being restored to others. And that, in essence, is at the heart of what I feel God gave me this vision for this community for.
Man. And yeah, so I want to jump in where you were just talking about again, just the connection, right? And then when I think about again the overall vision, right? So he was setting it up for both of us, bro. So I tell you were sitting there, man. I was sitting. I don't know where I was at, but I was somewhere. But Ian, he was putting it together, bro. And here we are. And I think right now when we think about connection, right, collaboration, right, it is in our ability to lean on one another. I would say now I've had some great growth by myself, but since I've been connected to you two, bro, I can't even put it. I don't even know where to be. I don't even know where it starts or where it started, and I can't even tell you where it's going to end because I'm in process. Right, I'm in process. Yep. And when you start getting in process, like the beginning and the end don't matter. You're in the moment. Like you're absorbing everything that you can take so you can continue to grow. Right. I'm telling you. Like, so the community aspect, right? And that's why I think this community that we're launching now, that we're building, like it's all in timing, bro. It's all in timing. we did what we did by ourselves, right? But then once we understood what that looked like for us and the blessings and the opportunities it did for us, Eden was like, okay, it's next level, bro. Next level. We gotta build this thing out. And here we are today, man, saying, hey, welcome, right, to those that have joined the community. And we're saying, come on, to the ones that are wanting to join the community, man. If you're looking for, again, the bridge, right? The bridge. Y'all know I can't get away from the bridge, right? If you want the bridge between life, right, leadership, and community, Brothers of Influence is where you need to be. Because we've been building the bridge, right? Not for ourselves, but for others. See, I'm just gonna stop. You know me. I'm gonna stop. I'm gonna stop.
So something you said though, right? You said you had some I don't remember exactly how you said it, but you said you had some great growth by yourself, right?
Mm-hmm.
And the reason for that is because you can only add to yourself. But when you have a group around you, it's multiplication. It's even in the scripture, it says one can make 1,000 flee, 2 10,000. It's that multiplication effect of a community, right? They talk about it takes a village to raise a child, right? It's that multiplication. It's what makes that child more effective in life. It gives that child more of what they need to be successful. And so that's why, and that's why, like you're saying, and that's why we've built this community, because we know that the more people we have involved in our journeys, the more successful we can be, because everybody has a story. Mm-hmm. Everybody, it could be 10 people that all failed in similar ways, but you'll get different responses of how they came out of it. Right. And that's what we're here for. We want to help you in life. Those struggles, those things you're dealing with. We want to help you with your leadership ability, whether that's in life or in your personal, your professional, your entrepreneurship journey, right? And then we want to supply you with a community that helps you as you're continually growing, as you're continually reaching new heights. And so that we can bring you back and you can be on here with us to be able to share some of those principles, right? So if you go to your Facebook page and you look at all the groups you're a part of, and I'm just going to use number 10, you got 10 groups. You probably only tap into 2 of them. Most likely you only tap into 2 or 3 of them. And the reason being is it's something you're interested in. That's why you join the group, because you're interested in it. But oftentimes it's not engaging enough to keep you coming back. We're going to change that with this group. If you've joined this group, if you're interested in the things we talk about in this group, this is going to be one of those groups that's going to constantly keep you engaged on your journey.
Hey, big dog. He put a tall order out there though. I don't know if y'all peep game though. I started sweating a little bit. I'm like, bro, I don't know. But he said, hey, you gonna keep coming back because we gonna be dropping it. Hey, I received it, right? Yeah, and I touch it and agree. Yeah, because you're right, man. And the biggest thing, when I was listening to what you were saying, look, we are all a part of each other's vision, right? We're all a part, right? Just like, Ian had this big vision of this, we were pieces of that puzzle, right? Just like those that are watching, those that are already a part of the community, those that are going to want to be a part of this community, the reason you're going to be a part of it,
Our brother froze up there for a second. So yeah, I mean, there's a number of reasons why you would want to be a part of Brothers in Influence, but ultimately, man, what we're looking for and what we want to encourage is alignment. Like, are we speaking your language? You know, um, we if you come across us and what we say, what you're hearing sounds cool. You like the idea of being purpose driven, but if that ultimately is not your cup of tea, for lack of better phrasing, like, we love you, but maybe this is not for you. But if you hear what we're talking about, you hear us talking about looking for the model, you hear us talking about being purpose driven, you hear us talk about cultivating genuine relationships, personal relationships, uh, then what I would say is maybe you found your tribe. Maybe you found your tribe. Okay. And so we want to invite you on this journey with us because that's what we are. We are a tribe, tribe of brothers that are really just aspiring to be all that God created us to be in every area of life. And what we say is, it's the beautiful thing about leadership. We talk about leadership is that it impacts every area of your life. It is not just a title, a career. When we talk about leadership, how do we define leadership? We say that leadership is influence. We all have it. We all have the ability. We all have a circle of influence, right? We may not all be talented at it, but we all have it. And so once we become aware, right, we are now responsible. And so taking that responsibility, what does it look like to influence at home? How you interact with your children. How do you connect with your wife? At work, how do you interact with everybody? The people that work with you, the people that work for you, the people that work next to you, the people that you report to. The cool thing about it is because leadership is not a position. You can lead up, you can lead down, you can lead left, you can lead right. And so once you realize that, it really is a game changer. It can take your career to the next level. It can help your family heal. But see, this what people don't realize, that all these principles are biblical. This is a model that originally started with God, who was the greatest influence. If leadership is influence, see, got me start preaching up in here.
Hey, we take up an offering. Go ahead and pass the plate. Pass the plate.
We don't know what we don't know. What did God do? He made us aware of the problem. What was the problem between us, right? Yeah. And then not only that, he didn't just tell us like, hey, y'all messing up down there, right? But he made it possible. He provided the bridge, like Sherrod says, for reconciliation. Listen, I'm gonna stop.
hey, you gonna stop? I'm gonna jump in.
And then provided us with his spirit. All of that influence on top of influence on top of influence, with the hope of restoring relationship with him, and then in turn restoring relationship with ourselves, in turn restoring relationship with each other. All right, I'm done.
He's just going. Oh no, he didn't. Not the pet.
All right, preaching. All right, preaching.
Hey,
I'm just talking. I'm just having a conversation.
Man, yeah, no, man, and I love it. I love it. Because I mean, it's facts, man. It really is. And I love it. Again, framing it and bringing it back to leadership. Like you said, it's not a title, it's not a position. Even for me, it's a lifestyle.
Yeah.
Right.
Yes, sir.
It's a lifestyle. So, yeah. So,
like I said earlier, I'm excited to be back in the seat of the podcast, and as I said in the first season, man, just excited about the year, what the year has to bring. We've all had challenges this year or last year, and to be able to share some of those experiences from last year, and let everyone know that, hey, it's a journey. Things don't change overnight. It's about being persistent with what you want in life, whether it's something within your family, or something within your career, your business, and just being able to, or understanding that those are things that will happen. but those don't have to be the things that stop you from being successful. And so, yeah, like I said, I'm really excited. We had some good times that first season. Some great times, man. Just learning about each other, and learning more about each other and everything. So, yeah, it's going to be a great season.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir, man. So listen, we just want we as we grow, the word says, "Do not despise small beginnings." So we're not in a rush to make this group anything other than what we feel like God has called it to be. And so what we're looking for organic growth. We're looking for natural. We're looking for connection. If you, like I said, if you feel like we're speaking your language, jump in with us, jump into the Brothers in Influence community group. We want to connect with you, hear from you. Shout out to our brother in the chat. It's rocking with us. I believe that's another one of our mentors, Jay Harris. Shout out to Jay Harris. Yes, sir. Life is
Jay, what up, baby?
We're gonna have him on here too.
I was about to say we gotta have him on here.
Have him on here too, bro.
Gotta keep him under control though, because you'll act up.
You gotta keep him under control. Hey man, ultimately it comes down. We don't know what we don't know, right? And so a lot of this journey just comes down to awareness. Like a lot, when we talk the stuff that you're hearing from us, we talking about our years worth of journey of our journey. we're revealing things to you like that where the information was out there.
Yeah.
We just weren't aware of it. And we had to bump our heads and skin our knee on the way to figuring it out. But you know what? We want to save you some of that trouble. We can't change what you've already been through, but now that you're part of the community, hey, what is the community for, man? We're going to lift each other up. We're going to reveal the secrets. We're going to share it. We're going to be telling our stories, sharing the testimonies so that you can overcome and be who God created you to be. That's really what it all comes down to, man. Be who God created you to be. Shake off all of these conventions man-made conventions that have been placed on you as a male, as a black man. on top of the things that the curses that may have been spoken over your life. I know that I've had some things spoken over my life that I had to deal with. And so if you're like me, man, there's so much life on the other side of this journey. And not only on the other side of it, but as a part of the journey. Like I believe that God has called us to enjoy the journey. Like, and it's not going to end until it's my time. And so what we say as leaders or learners, we're committed to continue learning and growing. And we just want to call you to the table, man. If you're really rocking with us and you know somebody else that could benefit from these conversations, that could really benefit from the community, that could benefit from having a model placed in for them that is not about an individual, but it's about the calling on their lives. It's about finding the purpose, finding fulfillment, and being able to really live out the things that they know they should be living out, and not just stuck spinning their wheels, wishing they could get from point A to point B, but really bridging that gap, right? And really taking their life, their leadership, and their community to the next level. Hey, this is the place where you want to be.
Man, unapologetically authentic, right? Unapologetically authentic, man. That's what it's about. You know what? To give a bit of a testimony now, I'm understanding that and learning that more and more every day. Right? The things that I used to run from, now I'm running towards. It makes me uncomfortable, so now I'm getting comfortable being uncomfortable. Right? So it is really becoming, again, like Ian said, that life learner. Right? That's leadership. Like you take the hits, you get busted upside your head, you're gonna bust your eye, you're gonna scrape your knees, you're going, hey dog, you might even get your nose broken. Hey, it's a fight. But the question is, are you willing to take on the fight? Right? Yeah, hey. You're gonna know if you're a champion or not, right? The first time you get punched in the face, you got one or two options. One or two options. You either gonna fight or you're gonna run. So the next one that comes, you either gonna block it or you're gonna dodge it. Or guess what? You're gonna eat that one too. But that's okay. Learn from it. Man, this is a learning community. Fail. And then teach us something. Don't come in here just to learn something. Give something back. Everything that we've learned, everything we've gone through, man, we're always constantly telling, hey, bro, this is what I learned today. Guess what? I got busted upside the head on this one today. Right? And half the time, man, we because of a community, we can actually learn the lesson without actually going through it. Yeah. Someone else already experienced it. Someone else already went through it. Listen, learn, right? Be coachable, be teachable. That's what it's about. That's what it's about.
Absolutely. Yeah, man. So here's what you do, man. Just connect with us in the group. We're actually going to be personally connecting with each and every one of the members in the group so we can figure out the best way to serve you. We've got some things coming down the pipe that we're going to be sharing as far as programming we're going to be delivering that really can help you get to where you want to be. Whether you're an aspiring entrepreneur or you have some career ambitions, or you just want to be a better person, a better man, better father, better husband. Listen, we got you covered. We got the purpose coach here. We've got a thought and mindset coach here. We got the growth and business coach here. And ultimately, we all do the same things, but we have specialty areas that we focus on, and that we as a crew, we are able to paint a whole picture. And so that's our responsibility. We want to paint the picture for you so that you can put the puzzle together.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And we're all coaching. We're all coaching. We're coaching as a team. We're coaching as individuals. All right. So join us in the group. We will connect with you individually. We're going to reach out to you individually and invite your people, man. If you know someone else that's looking for the model like you, who feels the call for a purpose-driven life, business, career, have them, loop them in, man. Introduce them to the Brothers Influence community. We will welcome them with open arms, and we are here to just add value upon value. If you're in the group with us, like Shante said, we're going to keep you engaged, man. We got so many things planned where we just want to really cultivate this community, create a safe space for you to grow, learn, and develop as a man and a person.
So so each of us, I seen somebody ask how can they connect or contact us. I know we all have Facebook's page. Our names are up. Ian Williams, Shante Price, Sherrod Ledet. Most definitely contact us on Facebook. And also, we just want to be a resource. If we can be a resource for you, or someone that can that is on a journey, and you hear any of the whether it's Ian, myself, or Sherrod, and they're looking for that needle in a haystack, because a lot of times on our journey we don't have the information we need to be the success we want to be. Mm-hmm. We're missing that needle. And we'll be sharing things like that, because on our journey, it's just like, I know me on my coaching journey, it's like I got what I need, but it's still something missing. I can't get over the bridge.
Right.
I have it, but I can't get over the bridge. And it was a journey just when I coming in contact with these two men that helped bridge that gap, that helped me get over that bridge, because we've all had different experiences, and now we were able to come together and collaborate, just like we're going to be doing in this community. And now I'm more successful today than I was a year ago. Right.
Exactly. Yeah. So like Shante said, man, look us up on Facebook by name. You can find all three of us, Ian Williams, Shante Price, Sherrod Ledet, and send us a message. And if you're interested in the group, if you feel like the group is a part of, is a community you want to jump into, be a part of, we can connect you that way. But in addition to that, if you want individual support, either one of us can serve you. So connect with whoever you feel the most connected with. Mm-hmm. And so that's the beauty of a community. Connect with the person you feel most connected with. And so We just want to lift you up and encourage you. And whatever we can do as a community to do so, we will do. Okay. So just let us know what you need and we'll be there. This is the Brothers in Influence podcast as an extension of the Brothers in Influence community, where we stand to encourage, inspire, and add value to you in the areas of life, leadership, and community. This is season 2, episode 1. We're so glad to be back. Fellas, final words.
Man, I'm just hyped. Y'all know I've been ready to go. Yes, but again, in due time, right? In due time. So look, we back. And like my brothers have just, said, we are here to be a resource to help you become whatever that looks like. And don't think because, it has nothing to do that you feel like, because, well, I'm not, we can help, right? We may not be able to help you directly, but we might know someone who can, right? That's why it's called community, right? Because we're connected. We're connected. So look, I'm excited about this season. I'm excited about what we got coming down. I'm just excited, right? Because I just want to help you reach whatever goal or whatever level of success that you're looking for. Hey man, this is Sherrod Ledet, your leadership locksmith, and guarantee you have the key. I guarantee you have the key to unlock something for yourself, but for others as well.
Yeah. And for me, I'm gonna throw this out there. If you come across, if you've already heard or you come across it later, hit me up on Facebook. I'm going to give you a free coaching session based on one of the things that's holding you back. I got you.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Listen, already giving away value. This is Brothers in Influence Community. We love y'all. We'll be rocking out every Saturday at 10 a.m. We'd love for you to join us. Peace.